All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We're in a parking garage again. You guys thought that was pretty funny last time we did it, but we're here back doing it again. I got the scary movie lighting as I have my notes and whatnot below me here, but yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind the audio or the video quality here. We'll get back to doing the normal studio setup per usual, but you know, we're getting these videos out early. It is very dark out as well, as we are up at the crack of damn dawn doing this. But we got 5 games on the NBA slate to jump into today. We're going to jump into each and every game. I'll give you my lean. I'll give you what I'm thinking. But anything that I actually end up ultimately rolling with finally will be in the pinned comment. So make sure to check that out if you are interested in fading me or if you're interested in riding with me. Guys, remember, if you're smart, you'll fade me. But if you're a genius, you will ride. Last night was not the night to ride. We had the Cavs and the Washington Wizards in a teaser. If I had the soundboard, I'd give it a womp, womp, womp right now because a womp, womp definitely deserved on those plays last night. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the first game. Here we have the Sacramento Kings traveling to Philly here. Sacramento on the road, 5.5-point underdogs. Philly, 14-12 straight up this year, 15-11 against the spread. And the covering Kings, 16-9 against the spread on the season here. These two teams yet to play this season. Sacramento is 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games. Philly 10-4 against the spread in their last 14 games here. They're playing really well. They're 9-0 in their last 9 against the spread at home, which is why I think that this line is where it is. De'Aaron Fox also questionable for the Kings here. And this Kings team, a little less consistent than they were at, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So though I call them the covering Kings, they are starting to slide just a wee bit here on the road here this season. 8-5 against the spread, but in their last 7 on the road, they're 3-4. That being said, if De'Aaron Fox is a go, I'm going to be looking at the Kings here plus 5.5. If De'Aaron Fox is not a go, I think that I'm going to lean the Sixers minus 5.5. So it's going to come down to that injury report. And I also don't mind the over here at 228.5. I don't think that ultimately becomes or has a chance to become a final play, but I do think that these two teams could ultimately put up some buckets here. Let me try and fix this camera a little bit. All right, moving on to the Golden State Warriors taking on the Bucks. Bucks 4.5-point favorites at home. 227.5 is the total. The Bucks this season 14-10-2 against the spread, but the real impressive number is 19-7 straight up. Warriors 14-13 straight up, 13-14 against the spread here. This is going to be a good game, barring any injuries. Obviously, anyone can be out at any time for the Warriors, but Draymond Green is on the injury report here. He's probable, though, against Milwaukee. And then Drew Holiday is questionable, and Chris Middleton is also upgraded to probable here. So keep an eye on the injury report. You got a couple key stakeholders here that we don't know if they're playing, but Golden State's starting to turn things around. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. They're 8-4 straight up in their last 12 games. And I didn't know this, but they're 4-2 in their last 6 games against the spread against Milwaukee. So interesting to note there. Milwaukee is 4-1 in their last 5 games here straight up as well. Milwaukee's definitely, I would say, playing better basketball. They lost to Houston, which was kind of crazy, which tells me that they're probably going to come out firing tonight. But Golden State coming off that big win against my Boston Celtics, where the Celtics just didn't have it that night. So to be completely honest, I think that, if we get the injury report to look the way that we want it with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday playing, I don't mind the Bucks minus 4.5 here. They gotta come out angry and mad and frustrated after losing to the Rockets straight up. And the Warriors may be a little comfortable after beating the Celtics by so much and so handily. So I'm gonna lean the Bucks here minus 4.5. In terms of a total, I don't love anything on this total tonight. Moving on to the Rockets taking on the Suns. Rockets only 6-point dogs at home. Total is 225.5 here. This Phoenix team, once I saw this spread, I was like, all right, what's going on here? Devin Booker ruled out. So keep that in mind. Cam Johnson has been out. Washington is out, and Jay Crowder, as we know, has been out. Injuries aside, Phoenix isn't playing that well either. 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games. Last time these two teams played, earlier in December, and Houston actually won the game 122-124. They did play previous in the season as well, and Phoenix took it to them there. But it is worth noting, no Devin Booker. This Houston team has already beaten this team, and Houston's coming off what I just talked about, that win against Milwaukee here. That being said, I feel like I've said that being said a couple times in this video here, but that being said, I don't know if 6 points is still, I don't know if that's enough to give Houston. So even without Devin Booker, I might be a psychopath here, but I still lean the Suns -6. I think that this Houston team, they are in terms of talent and in terms of like some games that they've had, no Tate tonight, just throwing that out there. In terms of the way that they can show up or not show up any given night, if we get the bad Houston Rockets, they are far less competent than even a Devin Booker-less Suns team. So I don't love this game without Booker, but I do tend to lean my lean towards the Suns here -6. All right, guys, Jazz hosting the Pelicans here. Jazz 2.5-point dogs at home. Total is 233.5. Jazz 16-13 against the spread. New Orleans 15-11 against the spread. New Orleans is 5-1 in their last 6 games against the spread, and they're 7-0 straight up in their last 7. Utah 3-8 in their last 11 straight up. They have not been playing that well, and they're 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games at home. No Brandon Ingram for New Orleans, but Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, probable here tonight. Same thing with Mike Conley, and then you have Colin Sexton, who is out. I'm going to go ahead and lean Pelicans here. I think that line is definitely doable. I think that they are the better team as of right now. Now, this is a game that could be a final play. I'll say that. But if someone were to be on the Jazz side of things in the comments and said, hey, Ev, you're a dummy for picking the Pelicans, I don't think I would argue. This Jazz team has impressed me this year, even without some of the guys that they have. No Colin Sexton. If Lauri Markkanen comes back, he's been playing really well from this year. I do think that this is a spot where the Jazz can win this game. But everything that I'm seeing in front of me right now tells me that the Pelicans is the play. It looks like 95%, at least on the site that I'm on, is the consensus towards the Pelicans. So that scares me a little bit, but I am going to lean Pelicans here, -2.5. All right, last but not least, we got a rivalry game. My Boston Celtics on the West Coast playing the Lakers here. Lakers 3.5-point dogs at home. Celtics 21-7 on the year, coming off 2 straight losses. A few nights ago against Golden State, and then last night against the Clippers. Have not looked like themselves. Robert Williams now questionable against the Lakers. Al Horford questionable as well. The Lakers coming off of a win against Detroit. I think the Celtics got to bounce back. You got to get Jason Tatum up for this game. Jaylen Brown, everybody has got to be pumped. Am I biased? Maybe, but I can't see the Celtics team losing 3 in a row as good as they've been. So I'm going to lean Celtics here -3.5. And in terms of a total, I kind of like the under. This is a game where you think not much defense is going to be played, and all of a sudden these two teams probably grind it out. So I like the under in this one as well. And guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I know I get a lot of comments of, where's the ride of the day? We got to get back to the ride of the day. We're going to format that. Back into the videos, as it is one of my most favorite things for these videos. But, we'll get back to that, I promise, at some point in time. But nonetheless, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.